Hello there. Thanks so much for joining me today. It's going to be a nice backbend flow. Some blocks will be helpful. If you have a wheel, you could also use that. And if you don't have blocks or a wheel, you could always use a bolster. And if you don't have any of those things, it'll be okay. We're going to start this one in wide-legged child's pose. We will be trying to stay in poses a little bit longer than normal. Opening up through the shoulders, the chest, and the back can take time. And so we're going to try to give it as much time as we can. So go ahead and grab your blocks and meet me on your mat in wide-legged child's pose. Once we get here, we're just going to walk those arms out as far as we can get them, allowing the forehead to come down to the mat. Settling in, taking note of how you feel, and dropping into the breath. Letting the mind have a break by giving it a solid focus of the inhales and the exhales. If it feels good, you can go ahead and come up onto the fingertips. Going ahead and starting to get that stretch through the shoulders. One more round of breath here. We're slowly going to come into puppy. So lifting up, allowing the palms to come back to the mat. Bringing the knees in, about hip width apart. Walking the hands slightly forward and allowing the chest to come towards the earth. This time I want you to keep the gaze forward. If the chin meets the mat, that's great. If not, that's great too. We're just keeping the chest open, gaze forward, shoulders and arms reaching to create that length. One more round of breath here. We're slowly going to slink our way forward into our Sphinx, allowing the hips to come down, chest reaches forward. We're really trying to dig the hips into the earth here and pull the chest forward to get those muscles in our back firing up here. Digging the feet into the mat. Gaze is forward here. Beautiful. Slowly, we're all going to push back and meet in our all fours position. Once we get here, we're just going to take a few rounds of cat-cow. If you would like to do barrel rolls, you can do that too. Either way, we're just going to match that breath to the movement. So the inhale lifts the chest. The exhale rounds through the spine. I'm going to do this a few times. Feeling into the back. Really articulating all of the motions here. We are in no rush. Take one more full round and we'll all meet back in our all fours position here. And once you get here and you feel good, we're going to go ahead and take the left leg back. Right arm reaches forward. Bird dog. Just holding, go and suck that belly button into the spine here, locking that bandha. If it feels good, you can reach around and grab that foot. Kick up into our tiger pose. And gentle release back down. And go ahead and send the right leg out. Left arm reaches forward. And sucking that belly button towards the spine here. We don't want to dip into the back. And let's go ahead and reach around. If you did that on the other side, kick into that foot for our tiger. Beautiful. Slowly release. We're going to tuck the toes, slowly coming in for our downward facing dog. Once you get here, we're just going to take a big bend in the knees. We're not worried about the hamstrings. If you want to take a little walk, go ahead. Otherwise, we're working on getting the belly towards the thighs here. So beautiful bend in the knees. Nice, long, extended shoulders and back. Coming back to the breath. Now you can go ahead and pedal those feet out, feeling into the backs of the legs. Just a quick little work. Beautiful. Wherever you are, we're going to go ahead and come up on those toes, come forward into our plank, and then walk the feet forward, coming in for our ragdoll. Can leave the hands on the mat here. We're just going to sway left to right. Nice bend in the knees. Next inhale will bring us up to a half lift. Weight is in those toes. Exhale, we fold. Inhale, we're going to peel all the way up. Arms up and overhead. Exhale them, heart center. Beautiful job. Inhale those arms down to come on up. Go ahead and interlace those fingers, Kali Mudra. Engage those glutes. Engage the thighs. Take the gaze up. And maybe a little slight back bend here. Back up. Swan dive back into our forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step the feet back, plank. We're going to lower down the knees and the chest and the chin, and we're going to pause here. Feeling into the back, pulling those shoulders, pulling the elbows in towards the rib cage. Next inhale is going to bring us up into our cobra. And fold. Inhale, cobra again. And this time maybe pushing all the way up into our seal pose. Only if it feels good, of course. Back down. And maybe find seal or cobra again. Really focusing on that low back. And fold. We're going to come in for locust. So we're going to leave the arms on the mat for now. We're going to start by lifting up the legs. So inhale lifts the legs. Breathing. And release. Shimmy out those hips. Walk the arms forward. And on the inhale, we'll lift through the chest. Arms up. Continuing to breathe here, not holding or clenching our breath. And release. We're going to go for full locust pose. We'll take a full round of breath here together. Arms reach forward. Inhale up. Arms and legs up. Of course, if you wanted to reach around and grab those feet, you could come in for bow pose. Choice, of course, is yours. This is just more of an active stretch here. Whew, and release. Go ahead and shimmy those hips left to right here. Should feel utterly amazing. Go ahead and take the arms out to a T. We're going to kick over, stretching this left arm. A lot of people call this broken wing in yin. Just a few breaths here. Opening up that inner shoulder. Gently coming back around. Arms back in our T. Kicking over towards the right. Tapping back into the breath. And gently back around. Come back through our Sphinx pose. Digging the hips in towards the mat. Chest is pulling forward. We're going to stretch our hip flexors, of course. So we're going to bring this right hand into the midline. Sweep that left hand around, grabbing for that foot. So our hip flexors here. So we're trying to push this left thigh down. So we're not just focusing on the quad here. We're really working on getting that left hip down while keeping the upper body lifted. Very important stretch. The hip flexors are tight. Everyone's hip flexors are really tight. They allow us to walk with grace and ease. So they are very important. They are very strong, and therefore they don't like to be stretched. But we're going to stretch them anyways, because they definitely allow for the back bend to be more open, more accessible. Slowly release, centering ourselves back up in the Sphinx pose. Once you're all back to center, we're going to take the left hand into the midline, sweep the right hand around. And now we're focusing on getting that right hip down to get into that hip flexor on the right side. You're going to feel it in your quad either way, but you should definitely feel it, almost creating a discomfort in the lower belly. That's kind of where the hip flexor, one of the areas that it connects, it can create a sensation that it's pulling in our bellies. Once again, no shooting, stabbing, or sharp pains. A mild level of discomfort is 100% necessary. Very gently, very slowly, we're going to release. We're going to come back into our puppy. If you have the blocks, you can bring your hands onto the blocks like this. If you don't really get anything from this, you have two options. You can bring the arms down, or if you don't have blocks, just bring the forearms down, come onto the elbows, and then we're going to pull the hands back for our namaste shark fin arms. You'll notice if you're doing this, you cannot get down as far. It's just the way it is. If you have the blocks and you want to try this on the blocks, we're just going to pull them back. Bring the forearms to them. Bring the hands together. Maybe walk the elbows slightly forward. Allow the head to drop. And then pull the hands back towards the neck. Wherever you are, we're just going to come here. We're going to breathe for a few seconds, minutes, about a minute here. Really allowing the chest to open and getting open these shoulders that are just not wanting to open. Focusing on the breath, not the sensation. This can bring up lots of thoughts. Just noticing them and letting them go. We're not going to get wrapped up in the feelings here. Chest opening creates a vulnerability that most people don't like, me included. But that's okay. We run from the things that we need. Slowly and gently, we're going to release. Peel up. If you have the blocks here, we are going to remove the blocks. We're going to go and sit back on our heels, and we're just going to take some circles with the arms. Big open circles. We'll take 3 one way, and then we'll reverse the circle to go 3 the other way. I hope that your shoulders are already feeling mighty open here. I'm going to go ahead and come forward and come into our downward dog. Once you get here, we're just going to take the right leg up, 3-leg dog, keeping the hips square here, rolling it forward and stepping it in between the hands. Lower down, low lunge here. Inhale those arms up and overhead. We're not really trying as much to get into the hips here or the hamstrings. We're trying to open up through the back. So we're going to take the gaze up towards our fingers and maybe a slight lean back. Still breathing. Beautiful. Take that gaze back forward. Your hands can come down to the mat. We're going to reach around with the right hand to grab that left foot. Get a nice stretch here again in that hip flexor. This time allowing the hips to drop, maybe roll into the outer edge of that right foot. Beautiful. Slowly we'll release. We're going to frame this right foot, step it back to plank. Go ahead and take your gaze forward. Lower down to chaturanga. Push up, upward facing dog. We'll all meet down dog. Beautiful job. Inhale that left leg up, square hips. Roll it forward and stuff it in between the hands. Lower that back knee down. Slowly we rise up. Take the hands up and overhead. Maybe taking our gaze up. And maybe slight back bend here. Not going too far to where you can't breathe. Slowly bringing the hands to frame the foot. Once again, reaching back with this left hand to grab this right foot. Allowing the hips to sink down. Maybe roll into the outer edge of that left foot. Coming back to the breath. Slowly bring it around. Frame the foot. We're going to step it back this time to plank. Vinyasa. We're all going to meet down dog. Right leg up, three-legged dog. Open up the hips this time. Roll it forward and step it in between the hands. We're going to rise up, high lunge. We're not going to take the arms up this time. We're actually going to interlace them behind our back and open up, trying to pull the hands away from the booty here to open up through the chest. Maybe taking the gaze up and finding that slight back bend here. Continuing to breathe. Maybe a slight smile. And we release the hands, take them up. Beautiful. Frame the foot. Step back plank. We're going to all vinyasa. We're going to meet back. Downward facing dog. Left leg sweeps up. Open up those hips. Slowly roll it forward. Inhale brings us up. Arms go up. Oh, no, they don't. They're coming back down. I'm going to interlace the hands behind our backs. Open up through the chest here. Pull those shoulders away so that your hands are not touching your booty or your thigh. And maybe taking that gaze up. Nice back bend. Slowly gaze comes back up. Frame the foot. And we're taking a vinyasa. This time we're all going to meet back in a child's pose. Wide-legged or normal, choice is yours. Countering all of those openings we've done. One more round of breath here. We're going to very slowly come down to our backs. And if you have the blocks, we're going to go ahead and grab them. If you only have one block, it's okay. But if you have two blocks, this one is going to be for your head or your neck. So we're going to bring our feet about hip width apart. This block is going to be under the bottom of the ribs. So just walking it in to where it feels good. If you're coming on it and it's leaning back, it's not far enough back, you're going to notice when it's no longer leaning back. And there you go. You find that spot. It's going to be a little different for everyone. Now, if this is a lot for you, you can just stay here. This is perfectly fine. We're just going to breathe. It's going to be difficult, and that's okay. Now, if you have this block back here behind your head, you can turn it to its long side, maybe rest your head on it, or maybe just allowing the head to come back and seeing where you are. You see, this is not exactly easy, but once you get in the position, you're going to be like, oh yeah, That was worth finding that position. So, once you've got here, we're going to take the arms up and overhead, finding those ragdoll arms. So just grabbing opposite elbows. This is going to create those thoughts, all the sensations, and it's okay. We're going to acknowledge those and watch them go. Noticing how with each full inhale and exhale here, everything begins to soften just a bit. If you want to try to extend the arms, you can. You can also find that Kali Mudra here if that feels better. Beautiful. Ever so slowly, we're going to lift the head. Hands come to the mat and slowly lift us up. We're going to just fold over our legs here. Should feel absolutely fantastic. Maybe even finding a little rock left to right, just a little bit. It's not a big sensation here. Like I said, we're just countering that pose. Letting the body know that this is okay. We can do that. This fetal position is just comforting and safe, and that is not. And our bodies just want to say, no, 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 get out of that. So we're slowly going to move the blocks. We're going to come down to our backs. Once you get here, we're just going to allow the feet to come down, knees up. We're going to come in for bridge, so feeling for those heels. If you can't feel the heels, try to scoot your hips down as far as you can get them. Hands are firmly grabbing the mat here. Engage the glutes, going to lift you up a little bit. Engage the thighs, and then lift up through the hips. Tapping into the breath, trying to keep the knees tight together. Not all the way, they're just not splaying open here. They're pulling towards each other. Creates the active glutes and active thighs. Slowly release. Go ahead and just windshield wiper those legs left to right. Okay, coming back into our bridge. This time, if you want, you can come up and then interlace your hands under your back by tucking the shoulders. Inhale, lift. Slowly we release. Windshield wiper them legs. Now, if you don't want to do full wheel, you can just do bridge again. Otherwise, we're going to try for the full wheel. So once again, we make sure that we are in line. We're going to bring the hands to the mat behind us. And when it feels good, you can lift up onto your crown of your head and then maybe pushing up. Continuing to breathe. Slowly lowering back down. We're going to do it one more time. Oh, the blocks are in my way. Go ahead and windshield wiper those legs. A few times. I hope that felt good for you. We have done a lot of opening, a lot of work. You can go ahead and roll your wrist out too if that's heavy on your wrist. Everyone has different sensations here, and we just have to acknowledge them. So, setting ourselves back up, we're going to go into wheel one more time, or bridge, whichever you're preferring. And whenever you're ready, let's pull those arms back. And let's come up to the crown of the head, and then push up. And whenever you're ready, we're all going to come down, hug those knees into the chest. Great work, my friend. We will sleep well tonight. And we may wake up tomorrow with some sore shoulders, but we have stretches for that. Once you get here and everybody's settled, arms into a T, we're going to allow the legs to drop over towards the left. You can grab that right knee with that left hand. Take the gaze towards that right hand. Slowly back to center. Recentering ourselves. And then allowing the legs to drop over towards the right. Right hand can find that left knee. And take the gaze towards that left hand. And gently we come back around. We're going to take the Shavasana of your choice. I'm going to take my feet to the outer edges of the mat and allow my knees to drop in. This feels really good on my low back. If you want to take regular Shavasana or cobbler, be my guest. Hands can splay out to the side. Take up as much room as you need to right now. Allowing the body to relax, to soften, and to let go. Gently begin to bring the awareness back into the body. And all slowly make our way into an easy seat. Or you can stay in Shavasana, of course. Choice is always yours. Once we get here, we're just going to bring our hands to heart. Our quote today comes from Gabby Bernstein. She says, "We put enormous effort into hiding our vulnerability, but it's our vulnerability that truly heals. When we feel safe enough to expose our shadows, that's when we become free." Namaste. What a beautiful quote after all of that heart opening. I hope that you feel open, and I hope that your light is ready to shine in this dark world. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I look forward to seeing you back on the mat.